I'm Eric.
I'm Alina.
Enjoy the show!
Waiter! Where are my Euro pancakes?
Wash your hands, Bernard. Rachel, it's wonderful to finally meet you.
Since we're officially going to semi together, I wanted you to meet my cousins, Ashton and Bernard.
Colin. I'm just here from Walls.
All of you guys are great, but it's just semi. Meeting the family is a big step, don't you think? Our family is special. I won.
Eleanor, you're too good. I hope Nick hasn't inherited too many of your Mahjong genes.
Speaking of Nick, what are his plans after senior year?
Well, he really wants to go to college in California. California? Oh, Eleanor, be careful. It's so far away for so long.
Right? Remember the Huangsa? 1600 on his SATs. Spoke 5 languages fluently. Got a full scholarship to Harvard.
He was poised to take over the Foxhill Empire until he fell for that American girl.
Such a shame. Masal's filial piety hasn't been back to Singapore in years. No baby in sight. Wait, what do you mean your family's rich?
We own some of the Hong Kong skyline.
Just enough for his mom, my dear Aunt Eleanor, to be a teeny bit protective.
Eleanor, we all like to think that our children tell us everything. But do you even know where Nick is right now?
Yeah, I sent him to Hunter so that he focus on his studies and take over, not run around the city.
I don't want to hear any of this. I'm going to the bathroom, and when I get back, we'll change the subject.
How dare you! How dare you! He drops them.
Bernard? Aren't you supposed to be on vacation right now?
No, that's my mom, Eleanor.
Nick, you said you were with your friends. Who is she? Hi, I'm Rachel. I go to Hunter too, and I'm Nick's girlfriend. Girlfriend?
Damn, girl, you crazy! I respect that.
Well, Rachel, you should come by Nick's house tomorrow. We're all making dumplings for the spring potluck.
That sounds like so much fun.
I would love to, but I don't want to intrude or anything.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, thank you for inviting me. I have to go.
Felicity, Victoria, Oliver.
One minute I'm being intruded. Family, the next meeting invited us to your house for a dumpling potluck. Are you moving too fast? We warned Rachel. Dumpling making is an interrogation. Eleanor and Cole will figure out your family, your income, your background. I can handle it. Besides, it's just semi.
If I were her, I'd take the dumplings and run.
I'm sorry Mondays are a thing and the weekends are finite. I'm sorry I can't have all the clothes I want or eat all the food I want. I'm sorry Netflix is so addicting. I'm sorry ice cream melts so fast. I'm sorry I grew up with an easy life in America and that I can't apologize for being born and raised in the US. I'm sorry that the words that come out of my mouth are 98% English, 1% Latin, and 1% Korean. I'm sorry that it feels so wrong to even think of considering my parents' culture to also be my own culture. I'm sorry that the biggest connections I have to Korea are my skincare routine, my taste in music, and the spicy ramen challenge. I'm sorry I can list more K-pop groups than I can cities in all of Korea. Blackpink, Big Bang, EXID, Super Junior, Red Velvet, EXO, BTS, Busan, Gangnam, Seoul. I'm sorry I'm only proud of my double eyelids, but ashamed of my sideways crescent moon-shaped eyes. I'm sorry I can count the number of times I've worn a hanbok in my life on one hand. I'm sorry that I don't always show how thankful I am that you came to America and suffered so much for me. I'm sorry I don't act grateful enough for all the pain you went through. I'm sorry that I'll never truly understand what it's like to leave your family as a teenager to study in the US. To be across the road from your parents for entire decades at a time. to learn a new language so fast that it seems like your life depends on it, because it does. I'm sorry I take my life for granted. I'm sorry it took me so long to realize that you've been setting my life up for me for more than 30 years of your life, even though I've only been alive for half of that. I'm sorry that nothing I ever do will be enough to pay you back for everything you gave up. I'm sorry that no matter how many times I say sorry, it won't change anything, won't bring back any years of your life, won't make anything better or easier in the future. I'm sorry.
Nick is their oldest, so he's next in line for the family business and a hot commodity.
The richest real estate developers in all of Singapore? What do you think is going to happen at this dumpling making bee tomorrow?
Well, do you know how to make them? It's all a technique, really. Pinch, pinch, fold, pinch, pinch.
You just carry dumpling wrappers with you?
Oh, hey, Lynn, what am I going to do? I'm not bathing gold like David's family are. It's not about the money, silly. Well, maybe a little bit. In Mama Eleanor's eyes, the perfect girl is very specific. She has to be Chinese, make hella bank, go have a huge family, go back to the homeland every summer, speak perfect Mandarin, and make the perfect duckling. Kind of like me.
You know my mom raised me alone here, and just because my life goal is to be a super rich real estate developer doesn't mean I'm not Chinese now.
Well, Eleanor knows you're Chinese on the outside, but that's why she doesn't think you're Chinese on the inside.
Why does she get to decide that?
I know it's messed up, but just put your head down and pinch, pinch, fold, pinch.
아무것도 할 수 없게 돼. 너를 믿고 싶게 돼. 비닐 맞고 너 하나만 믿어 믿어 믿어. 이제부터 어떻게 너의 말해줘. 네 진심을 보여줘. 어쩔 수 없는 내 맘 내게 줘도 되는지 말해줘. 그렇게
두 번으로란秩序蔓延，像是传播终于靠岸，太平洋温度的缠绵。我感应了未曾类似的平凡，却只是今晚。You telling me not to think too much， 却只过一段。
Yeah， 你披着紧张来世界订单，梦想手心的心愿给我心安。
有次的芬芳的 baby，
Don't let it ready yet. I know you know where she at. I'm still lasting it out of my set that tonight you be gone, but I know that we're better than that, baby.
Why don't you stay with me？ 让那深呼吸安静，
却让我有着我的勇气。
能开口唯一唯一唯一。
一挂进去风
내가 뭘 바래야 하니 내 마음이 미쳐버린 그것이 또 그러지 데미지야 천원씩 앞인 거야 What? Cause you're my everything 우리 다 맞아 Cause you're my everything 너도 네가 필요해 내가 필요해 You already know everything is you Good to me 아이 Good to me Good to me 아이 Good to me 아이 Good to me
Nick, it's so important that you know how to make your grandmother's dumplings. They're young family tradition. Generations will be connected through them.
If we don't pass traditions like this down, they'll disappear. Did your mother ever teach you, Rachel? Oh, not really, but I can make a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. I just don't get it. I wore my best outfit. I bought Auntie Eleanor some fancy pears. Do I have to win the lottery to finally satisfy her?
That would help. It took years in my right leg for Ashley's parents to let me marry her.
Yeah, I've been Nick's best friend since 7th grade, and Eleanor still doesn't trust me.
Here's a hint to win over Auntie Felicity. Compliment her cheetah for her fanny pack.
That's what it is?
What kind of girl wants to take Nick to a dance and can't even make 饺子?
I heard she doesn't even speak Mandarin.
Oh, Auntie Felicity, I forgot to mention, I love your cheetah fur fanny pack.
Really? Thank you so much. I even had it custom made, picked out the cheetah myself, skinned it, and
Anyway, what's important is that she doesn't even know how to make dumplings.
What does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, I got through college and Red Bull and ramen, and I'm totally fine.
if it's not in here, it will never be in here.
Deep, bro.
That's why Rachel is just not the right fit for Nick.
Auntie Eleanor, it's just a dance.
Yes, semi now, then dating, then marriage, then 3 kids and their own mansion as a mother. How am I supposed to feel just giving away my Nick like that?
Auntie, calm down. How about this? How can Rachel prove to you that she's the one for Nick?
Oh, they should play a game of Mahjong.
Oliver, don't be silly. No one's beaten Eleanor in years.
Yeah, she's like Mahjong Mega Brain.
Well, my mom taught me how to play. She said it builds resilience and character. My mother said the same thing.
I'm getting in 2. You know, these hands, never
Ooh, 3 can play. It's on for the spring potluck. Hashtag Mahjong Championship dumpling emojis and
Migration in 6 acts. 1. Motherland refers to one's native country. Native as in some place you return to, or native as in a womb you cannot crawl back into. To leave your motherland is practice for leaving your mother. 2. Grip your chopsticks high up, far from the scissoring tips, and you will move far from home, or you will move far from your mother. Sometimes you see your ma in the kitchen and you see only a shore to swim to. Something about the light washes her skin to sand, reflects off of her hair, and there you are, drifting like flotsam in a doorway. 3. Everything you look at becomes a shore to swim to. You tie your tongue in knots in an effort to make your words heavy enough to sink like anchors,
You stop looking at mirrors because they remind you of the sea, and by that you mean your face looks too much like your mother's, which looks too much like your grandmother's. 4. Your grandmother's face is the only part of her that makes it out of her village. 5. You understand now that migration isn't really about leaving. Migration is a cargo ship running aground on Rockaway Beach, meaning arrival, meaning waterlogged clothes and the dark of a new country that promises to be golden but is nothing, nothing but black water and bone-white searchlights, yet still arrival. Arrival meaning a UFO has landed in Queens, New York, smuggling 286 aliens into our country. Danger, danger. 6. My ma says she has never known danger. She has known black water, known a daughter who holds migration in her body, known her mother's face in 3 countries. Sometimes I see my ma in the kitchen and I see only a shore to swim to, but never danger.
Daughters, when I asked for some
the perfect Asian Disney princess. Number 1. Shh. You stutter when you are called on. Your teacher searches for your name but settles on you. Parent-teacher conferences are filled with, why doesn't she talk more? Your voice catches in your throat, saying, why don't you know my name? Number 2. Do what you're told. My princess, the writers of your script have decided that the mail-order brides of your past press your spine into a bow. That the ridges of your face signal servitude, and that your brown skin is an excuse to bury you in brown earth. Number 3. Never say I love you. With every Disney princess comes a story of love. Love. A bowl of fruit placed beside your textbook. Love. Hours of tutoring. Love. My princess, your parents have passed on to you not only the color of their skin, but the culmination of their dreams. And is that not an I love you? Number 4. A disclaimer. I know what you're thinking. We have Mulan. But Mulan doesn't have her moment of truth. When she looks in the mirror, she says, can it be I'm not meant to play this part? Number 5. What about Jasmine? But Jasmine is rootless, hailing from the fictional town of Agrabah, composed of 3 Western fantasies, savages, belly dancers, and decadents. Perhaps that's why in a recent survey, 30% of Republican and 19% of Democratic voters voted to bomb Agrabah, to bomb those savages, those belly dancers, that decadents, bomb the princess, to bomb the girl to whom we never gave a real home to in the first place. Only the bitter sweetness of a burnt jasmine flower. Number 6, modern Asian family. Click. Blonde flashes to brunette as you look through the sitcoms that reflect an American family that looks nothing like your American family. Click. You pause on a show with people who look like you, only to realize the language you hear is unrecognizable music to your ears. Click. The screen goes black. Number 7, your legacy. $19.99 a month for Ancestry.com to discover that your ancestors don't make up a single one of those 20 billion records. But, my princess, you have your grandmother's bedtime stories about freedom fighters to know that all princesses are descendants of royalty. Place that tiara on your head.
Something's up? Food poisoning from the dumplings? I think I washed my hands.
Maybe it's how you never told me that your parents were the richest real estate developers in the history of the world. And then I go to your dumpling potluck and everyone gangs up against me because they think I'm some villain that's out to steal your family fortune.
Oh, yeah, that.
You know what the worst part is? Your mom's problem with me is that I'm not the right kind of Asian American. Just because I didn't grow up with 1,000 aunts and cousins all around me doesn't mean that I'm not worthy. My parents worked their asses off to get me a better life, and that meant that they didn't always have time to teach me how to make dumplings or speak the perfect Mandarin.
I know. Or, well, I guess I don't know at all.
All this for semi-2. It's not even fall.
Rachel, I'm sorry. I really didn't see this coming. I guess my mom just wants what's best for me, just like yours. Sending me to Hunter, making this whole dumpling thing happen. She did all that for me too. But if you want to call all this off, it's not your fault. If anything, it's mine, and I'm so sorry for that.
I'm just... It's great to be rich and fancy, but that's not what I want with my life. And Ella thinks I'm crazy because of that.
That's what I like about you, because you know that all of this doesn't mean anything. What do you say we get away from this mess? Go somewhere far east.
You're taking me to Singapore?
I was thinking Flushing.
Well, won't your mom be mad? We have a term paper due tomorrow. I have like 2 out of 30 note cards.
I can afford to be the bad son for a night. Besides, my mom's definitely tracking me on Find My iPhone right now. She'll figure it out.
Well, I was gonna do it all at 3 a.m. anyway.
Huge family-style servings of semi-traditional Chinese dishes, clams in thick, salty black bean sauce, and pork chops that bleed sweet and sour. In my hands, sticky and messy from orange slices, are bundles of fortune cookies, American concoctions presented as authentically Chinese, their flavors supposedly harvested from the Orient instead of a San Francisco factory. At first glance, I too am ethnic. My eyes, somewhat almond-shaped, my last name, properly foreign, my hometown, Flushing, the superior Chinatown. But tear through my plastic packaging and shell, and you'll be sorely disappointed. To read my fortune, you need to first survive the jam-packed 7 train and exit the station quickly before an immigrant stops you and asks how to fill a Metro card in panic Chinese, and all you can say is, Wa bu shua zhong wan. I don't speak Chinese. Then, you must sprint through the grimy, crowded streets of Flushing that smell like hot summer rain, past pedestrians clad in designer clothing who don't understand red traffic lights but see a green light to blow cigarette smoke in your face. Take the Q16 to the suburbs of Murray Hill, the American cheese sandwiched by downtown Flushing and Bayside. My neighbors have roots in Ireland and Germany rather than China and Japan. Enter my house, where no Chinese is spoken, and we spaghetti more than we chow fun, where we trade Sinovision for HBO. And there, at last, you'll see that I'm only wrapped in Chinese packaging, hollow, just like my claims to my heritage. Except for a mere strip of paper proclaiming an Oriental prophecy in the English vernacular. My lucky numbers, 3 for 3rd generation, a double-edged sword of privilege and loss. 100, not just for report cards, but for Harvard personality scores too, because every Chinaman needs perfection. And 17 for 17 Mott Street, Wahop, an adopted home for fortune cookies like me.
Can they just finish already? Nick, we have a conflict project on Monday. It's literally been 2 hours.
The dumplings are gonna be so cold.
Mom's probably gonna win anyway. Sammy's gonna suck.
Sorry, Nick. That's just the way it is around here. In her house, the word of Eleanor is the word of God.
Don't tell her, but I was secretly rooting for Rachel. She's the first one to ever compliment my cheetah for fanny pack.
That's what that is.
She does deserve an award just for playing so long. We could never.
Oh my god, I won?
Oh my god, I never thought it was
Wait, so what's this mean for Semi? Neither of them won.
Well, as the underdog victor of the Mahjong Championships, I think I should get to decide.
Seems fair to me.
Come on, man, you still owe me for those talkies that one time. Whole crew. Filial piety, dude.
Do what you must, Bernard.
So, in passive-aggressive auntie language, that means like, pick you. Dude, come on! True love! Semi-picks! Oh, that's my phone. Sorry, I gotta take that. Bye!
Come on, Eleanor. Rachel put on a good fight.
I haven't seen someone play Mahjong like that since I was a child playing with my grandmother. Your mother taught me well.
Thank you, Auntie Eleanor. I just wanted to show you what my family's about. Character and resilience, just like yours.
Well, I really don't like to say this, but it seems like I may have misjudged you.
Oh, she really does not like to say that.
If you promise to have him home by 9, and if there's always chaperone around. And if your dress matches his tie, and if you take lots of pictures, I will allow you to take the semi.
Thank you so much.
Rachel, I prepared a little something for you. Say,
Wise men say only fools rush in.
Cause I can't help falling in love
with you, and like a river flows surely to the sea.
darling, so here it goes. Some things are meant to be.
Take my hand, take my whole life to.
Everybody now! But I can't help falling in love with you.
My mascara will run! That was beautiful! Michael, why did you propose marriage to me like this?
Next time, honey.
my call's over. Did I miss anything?
Nah. Come on, guys. Let's go eat some dumplings.
Thank you.
you guys go, we want to thank our lovely presidents, Eric, Michael, and Alina. And also, we want to thank our amazing advisors, Mr. Lim and Mr. Park, for making this show possible. Guys, come. Don't you want to be on the spotlight? Okay. Okay, you can just give me the bouquets, it's okay. And we want to thank everyone here for enjoying the show. Have a great day, guys. Oh, fuck!